Good morning, dear students. Today we will proceed our next chapter of history, the Mauryan dynasty or Mauryan Empire. There are some sources of information, literary sources and archaeological sources. In literary sources, Indica and Arthashastra, and in archaeological sources are Ashokan edicts and Sanchi Stupa. Now we will discuss about the literary sources that are Indica and Arthashastra. Indica was written by Megasthenes, Greek ambassador to Patliputra. He lived in Patliputra for 5 years. His books described organization of army, administration of Patliputra, and economical condition of that period and customs and religions of the people. Now, Arthashastra. Arthashastra was written by Kautilya or Chanakya. It has 6,000 verses divided into 15 sections. This book describes administration, duties of the king, functions of the ministers, organization of civil service, information about diplomacy and relations with other kingdoms. It states that an ideal state should provide relief to poor, orphans, old and infirm, and during famine opens, state granaries should open their doors to those who are starving. Next, archaeological sources, Ashokan edicts and Sanchi Stupa. Inscriptions on pillars. You can see the pillars. Lumbini pillar. Inscriptions on pillars. Lumbini stated, King the beloved of the gods visited this spot in person and offered worship at this palace because the Lord Buddha was born here. King Ashoka has visited and worshipped this place as this is the birthplace of Lord Buddha. Now, some other pillars inscriptions are Loria in Nandangarh, Rampurva pillars, Delhi, Topra, which stated it consists of the virtuous deeds, compassion, liberality, truthfulness, and purity. Now, Sanchi Stupa. Stupa is a semi-spherical dome made of unburnt bricks and stones. It was built to commemorate a sacred spot or event, or it had a spiritual body of Buddha containing its relics. Stupa at Sanchi was built in 3rd century BC by Ashoka at Sanchi. It has 4 gateways in 4 directions. Original stupa had wooden railing which was later replaced by stone railing. It had 4 gateways from all 4 sides. Sculptures on the gateways or every symbol in the structure denotes meaning or a story from Buddha's life or stories from Jataka tales. Buddha was represented in symbolic forms like lotus, wheel, or throne under a peepal tree. It shows highest form of architectural and technical skills of the people of this period. Now, Kalinga War. The death and destruction caused during the famous War of Kalinga changed Ashoka's personality. He stopped eating meat and gave up life of luxury. He declared Buddhism as the religion of the state. Prisoners of war were used for agricultural work which increased production and economical development. Chandragupta's empires was Kabul, Bengal, Mysore and Saurashtra. Now we will discuss about Mauryan administration. The system of administration of Mauryans was elaborate. Chandragupta Maurya laid the foundation of the administration of the Mauryan Empire. Bindusar did not change the system and followed the same system. Ashoka, however, made some minor changes in the system of administration as per his requirement. Now, Mauryan administration of Ashoka. Features of administration during Ashoka's rule: king and council of ministers, network of space, sources of revenues, provincial administration, district administration, city administration, administration of justice, peace and good order, productive agriculture, lucrative trade. Next, provinces during Ashoka's rule. State was divided into 5 provinces. During Chandragupta Maurya's rule, state had 4 provinces. Kalinga was added by Ashoka. The 5 provinces were as follows: Takshila in northern, Ujjain in western, Tosali eastern, Suvrag- Swarnagiri southern, and Kalinga. Now, sources of revenue: land revenue from mines and forests, revenue from manufactured goods, tolls for using bridges and roads, fines, license fees. Tax would vary from one third or one sixth of the produce expenditure, construction of roads, bridges, wells, rest houses, and army. Now, productive agriculture, good irrigation works such as at Sudarshan Lake and fertile soil, agricultural economy flourished during this period. Tax would vary from one third or one sixth of the produce depending on the irrigation facility provided in that area. Now, means for propagation: no royal hunt, religious tolerance, donations to Brahmins and ascetics. Officers reminded people of duties. Dhamma Mahamatras propagated religion. Ashokan edicts taught people purity of life, religious tolerance, not to kill animals, and be charitable. Royal missionaries were sent to the frontiers of the empire and to Sri Lanka, Myanmar, Syria, Egypt, and Macedonia. That's all about this chapter. Thank you and have a nice day.